Suresh Mahapatra. So that is the everyday session, everyday 5 AM we are meeting. We are meeting for the three purposes. One is our session, half an hour session divided into home chanting and one business relation. That is probably around 20 minutes. And again 5 minutes towards the meditation. So we recite some basic hymns to have a religious mind, to develop a religious mind among the people. And, so this is how we divide the sessions. So let's wait for a few minutes during the home chanting. Some of the people, some of our friends, and those who like to join, they may join this. So hope you are enjoying the session. And objective of the sessions to give you some, you know, business, insights to all my business friends and the business friends who are leading a very stressful life. I wish that they should not have a stressful life. So for the meditation and home chanting is very much needed. And I tell you, and if you'll attend the session and listen to me and practice home and meditations, see, business etiquette might be known to you, but these two things. Basic thing is to get up early in the morning and listen to this. That is a great practice. Those who are late riser, not early getting up from the bed, they will get sufficient time to prepare for the day. And the home chanting is a beautiful thing. And start without wasting the time. And whomsoever the friends will be joining across the world, let them join. So thank you so much. So the home chanting, what is the things that you are breathing in the air up to the navel? Then you release it slowly, chanting Om. And it is Om is a very beautiful word. When you are chanting Om, there is no touching of your teeth, tongue, and lips. It's the only word available in the entire world or universe in which while chanting, three things are not being touched. I do not know if anybody knows that. You can post the video, you can comment in the inbox. So thanking you so much for your joining. Hi everybody. Let us start. You may close your eyes. Before that, yes, this is your hand. This hand just you can bend this finger like this, and you just touch the two fingers, right? So this will look like split and put it in a very hard surface, plain surface, so that your hands will be straight and well bended with your elbow, and your back is straight, and you are touching to the both the legs are flat and touching to the ground if at all you are sitting in a chair. And those of you make this home chanting sitting in the Padmashan on the floor. Fantastic. Kudos to them. So let them do that. If your backbone will be straight, and many things will be corrected in these situations. So, today is a very good topic. When you're making a practice of this home, let me tell you, if you'll get an opportunity to whom you love, the great leaders, your great, gods or the great men, about whom you have read or you have come across, and presume an opportunity you are sitting by them. Which are the questions you will be asking? So this is the topic today. Very interesting topic, to discuss. So let us not waste your time. This 5 minutes let us practice for this home. Om. Om. Dear friends, when you are chanting Om, and particularly before that, you are breathing in. So when you are breathing in, you are taking inhaling, the fresh, air into your lungs. What the lungs is doing, lungs is absorbing, the oxygen and the oxygenated blood or oxyhemoglobin. Hemoglobin transport oxygen or transports the oxygen to the different parts of the body or almost all part of the body. So oxygen is a hemoglobin is the carrier of oxygen, and then after it renames itself as the oxyhemoglobin. And this oxygen, this fresh oxygen, is reaching to your each and every small particle of the cells. So, oh, yes, we have done it for 5 to 6 minutes. So, dear friend, I once again welcome to each one of you to our 25th uh, session of Insta Live session, in which definitely we'll be sharing with you some business insights that is always we are promised to give you. So today I recollect that wonderful poem. Hope you might have read it. And if you have not, you just read that poem. Psalm of Life by S.W. Longfellow. And a beautiful stanza is there and quoting, lives of great men all remains us. We can make our lives sublime, undeparting, live and us, footprints on the sunset. So definitely each one of us follows somebody, follows some great men. It may be Lord Ramachandra, it may be Lord Krishna, it may be Lord Shiva, it may be the great Mahatma Gandhi, it may be Sardar Patel, it may be Lord Buddha, one or other. Yes, it may be some of the people. I mean, even be business tycoons of the world. We may follow. You may follow the Warren Buffett. You may, you can follow this Elon Musk or the Bill Gates. So you can follow them. Is JRD Tata, Adani, you may follow Ambani. These are the great business tycoons of this age. You can follow. If you get an opportunity to meet these people, and what are the questions you are going to ask? I mean, we always feel good to meet to the successful people. So suddenly you find your position, you are sitting by him, or you are flying along with him for a long flight, you are sitting by them, and would you stammer an introduction and look awkwardly at your feet, or would you be able to make the most of the encounter with a set of smart, concise questions? May I know your success stories, sir? Sir, namaskar. I am so and so from this place. It's a pleasure to traveling by you or sitting by you, or it's a great time to come across you and pass some time. What are the things you are going to ask? Have you ever thought so? If you are passing by the, this Sun Farms MD, or this your NBXC MD, or Mankind MD, or this Cardilla MD, is traveling by your side. So how will you feeling, and what are the questions you are going to ask him? It is unlikely you'll ever meet any of these people, but you probably encounter other admirable persons on a regular basis, whether it is a national leader in your field or the senior managers, who walk down the hall. So here are some, interrogations you can ask from the leader you admire, or to learn from their success. So, what is the biggest factor that will help you to be successful? So, you may ask this thing to know from him or her. What is the biggest factor that has helped you to be successful? Success in different for the everyone, but it's always interesting to learn, how people arrived where they are. Their stories may point you in a different new directions, but give you an answer you will be looking for or motivate you to push through the tough times. Responses also give you insight into their values and priorities. You know. So you may further ask, what are your success habits? The peoples are sitting on the higher stairs of the ladder. It's because of some sort of golden habits they have adopted. So asking successful people about their daily habits can give you ideas for your routines. The answers are rarely esoteric. Generally, their actions always can take. As the old saying goes, we are what we repeatedly do. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then it is not the quality but a habit. And successful people are simple. Those who are successful, have successful with successful habits. Then you may be interested to know what mistakes have you made along the way. Because as a human being, it is very natural to commit the mistakes. So this question is one of the most important thing you can ask anyone, any successful leader, or any of your god or goddess if you come across to meet him or her. Because it allows you to learn from their experience. If you are going to meet to Mr. J.R.D. Tata, to Mr. Murthy Narayan Murthy, if you ask it often and listen carefully to the answers you hear, you will make fewer mistakes yourself because they have made the mistakes on the way. The same mistake you or I or we should not repeat. You will make fewer mistakes yourself, and you will have insight into how to do things in a way that does not lead to a miscalculation or blunders. You may be interested to know what are the hardest decision you ever had to make. See, that's a very, very important thing, tough thing. Decision making as a leader, decision making is very, very important. Why a leader in anyone, in your life, in your work life, in your social life, in our family life, some every day we have to take some sort of decisions. So why these decisions is very much important, and how what are the top decisions they have taken? You may be interested to ask this thing to the great man or a great person or a great leader or the great God whom you come across. Most successful, people have had to make at least few genuinely difficult between a rock and a hard place decisions. So even if the day our Prime Minister Modi took a decision to completely shut down on the country in COVID-19 in the first phase, it was a very tough decision. Tough decision not to celebrate Diwali. Tough decisions to stop everything. The country became stand still, and the Prime Minister aired this message to the countrymen while addressing that. So learning what they choose and why gives you a close look at their thought process and priorities, helping you prepare for the tough decisions that lie down the road for you. At the end of the day, it is your moment of decisions that your success is set. So decisions making is very. It is I'm quoting a very small story. There was a coffee shop down the a lane of a town. At the end of the town, there was a coffee shop. All the passers-by, when this employees goes to the office and come back from the office, and they keep on, taking coffee from the shop. The coffee shop became crowded day by day. There was a huge profit, and uh, the person who had set up the coffee shops became old, and his son was doing management, and he was from a very good school because the father could able to afford good money to the son. So after the completion of the MBA, the father thought that why you will keep so many employees, why it not be managed by his own son? So he gave the pivotal role of the management of that coffee shop to the son. The huge, you are using a huge milk to prepare the coffee, and coffee beans were being ordered in truckloads, and the he could be able to establish some branches and outlets across the city. So the coffee shop became very popular. So one day, one news came in the newspaper that there are some deleterious effects of the coffee. So when this son who has done management come across this news, the deleterious, the harmful effects of coffee in the daily newspaper of the town, he told to the father, Dad, this is the news in the newspaper, and probably we will get less customers. So what happened? He gradually lessened the quantity of milk and coffee bean, which they were purchasing. So they could not cater the need of the people. And when the father was asking daily to the son, what happened? Why you are lessening this quantity? No, Papa, this because of this problem, will get less customers. When people returned, going to the office and coming from the office, for the replacement, they couldn't get the opportunity. They shifted from that counter to another one. Gradually, this popularity of the coffee shop lost. And a day came, they had to close it. So, what is the takeaway of the story? The decision making is very important. So, as a leadership, when you are coming across with the great men, great leaders, great business tycoons, asking them the decisions making is very, very important. You may further know from them what is the best advice you can give. See, we already ask the top men you meet what are the advices for me. Some people, some of the business tycoons or the great men you are coming across, they respond better than others to, such an open-ended questions. Hi Pamela, thank you for joining. And some people respond better than others to such an open-ended questions. The question is, what are the best advice you can give? But when it connects, it can cut right to the important stuff. Compile the responses you get to these questions and keep them where you can read through them all from time to time. So their advice is a beautiful piece of thing to you, because with the great men you are coming across, whatever advice they are giving, that is just like a Bible or Quran or Gita to you. So that is that they are giving from their success story. Further, you may be, interested to know, to ask, if you could start all over again, what would you do differently? This is a very common question people ask that. Successful people tend to be self-aware, and it's likely that they have already given these questions some thought. And you might expect to hear about preventing some mistakes or failures. But successful people know that mistake and failures are among our greatest teachers. They treat those failures as the learning points. And many focus instead on wishing they had taken more chances and been able. I do connect these things. One of my field work days. While conducting field work, I mean, a newly trained executive was in the field. It was by the time I was in Baroda, I had come to that place to induct them. When he was inducting, and he first, what are the formalities 1, 2, 3, 4 had to be done? He did it, but he made a series of mistakes in the clinic. It was a new joinee, so I called him. After the work, I did not open a single word. So giving thanks to our clients who came, we came to the tea shop nearby. We had a very good tea we had, and while taking the tea, I asked that boy if he'll get another chance to detail the same person of the same product, how you will detail it. So, but to utter of your surprise, you detail flawlessly. So, in one instance, that became a point in the chamber. He made a series of mistakes. So, he came out and he's alone with me. He did it very nicely. Should people make a learning point, where they make the mistake? And going forward, taking forward your discussions with that great man you come across, you may ask, what is one change I should make right now to help me get closer to my success? One change you want to do with you. One change. You see, when you are having 5 or 10 or 15 choices, it is easy to make it. But when you are adopting one thing, you have to think a lot. You know, you'll purchase one thing, or you'll have a one customer to give a gift out of 10 or 20 or 100. Then what sort of scrutiny you have to do? What is the one change I should make right now to help me to get closer to my success? That is the thing you wanted to know from that great man you come across. The question is appropriate to ask to someone who is already similar with you and your work. Improvement requires change. And I tell you, improvement is a continuous process of the learning. Learning that begins in the home and ends in the top. Similarly, a person with improvising mindset, the person who want to improve, it is also gradually improves. Improvement suddenly, Tata or Birla or Adani or Ambani or any great man or Bill Gates, they could not come to the position in one day. This empire they could able to set up gradually, adopting some good habit, acquiring huge number of customers, and giving good products to the market. So particularly this question is appropriate to ask of someone who is already familiar with you and your work. Because unless someone knows you, he cannot opine that what are the one change you want to bring, inculcate in you, right? So improvement requires change. If you bring improvement, you have to adopt the changes. And sometimes the hardest part is knowing. The hardest part is knowing what needs to change. When we are a changing mindset, we want to change, but what will change? And that one thing you want to change. It's a very, very difficult. And there the role of a coach is coming. There the role of a trainer is coming. There the role of a mentor is coming. There the role of a great man you are coming. Because you cannot, yes, fine. And there are maybe 0.001 people who can find, who can analyze themselves and find what are the one thing they want to change. But it is really a difficult task to come to a conclusion. What is the particular one thing you want to change with it? So they are this role of your mentor, your coach, your trainer, your godfather, your the business tycoon whom you love or whom you are more influenced, or the god whom you worship. So their role is coming to finding that one within. So, dear friends, the most successful people are grateful for what they have achieved. See, there are two things, that is a personal achievement and what they have contributed to the society. What they have contributed to society is the biggest thing. Biggest thing in the sense the entire mankind is being benefited by their, contribution. Take the example of, Ambani. The Geo, I mean, changed the entire life of like the people as life of India. So 134 people now accessing this mobile. They're making payment through the mobile. The mobile has not been used, has been used never before as it's being used today. So the most successful people are grateful for what they have achieved. And many are happy to share the knowledge and experience. Yes, when these great men, these business tycoons, are coming to address the art friend you are, the young art friend you are, I mean, these younger people, they're coming across to the, society, addressing to them their experience and knowledge. It's a great help which you are offering. So it is too good, I mean, resource to waste. So be prepared to make the most out of every encounter, especially with those who admire. If you come across these people, especially with those you admire, if it is an opportunity to you, but hardly people get because these people, are not accessible. Uh, I cannot say at all, but very rarely they come to the public, and few of us can come across or get a chance to sit by them. And it may be, yes, with the security reason, maybe we are not traveling as frequently as, and coinciding such travel is also. So particularly as a leaders you are, be open to learn from your peers, from your coach, from your teacher, from your mentor, from your trainer, from those business tycoons you love, admire, and you are influenced. So lastly, I always tell to people, lead from your body, mind, and spirit. Just remember, we tend to become those we are. हम ऐसे ही बनते हैं, हम जिसको प्रेस करते हैं और प्यार करते हैं. Yes, I repeat, just remember, we tend to become those we are. So today's business lesson has come to an end. So time to meditation. Yes, hardly 2 to 3 minutes left. We will definitely do it 5 minutes. I apologize for buying 3 minutes from you. So without further delay, so close your two hands, just be in a supplication mudra, namaskar mudra, be straight, touch two legs in the ground, and sit straight. Take deep breaths up to your navel. Namami Narayanaya Tubhyam Namami Jagadishwaraya Santakaram Tubhyam Namami Hilamikantam Tubhyam Namami Santakaram Tubhyam Namami Hilamikantam Tubhyam Namami Tubhyam Namami Tubhyam Namami Tubhyam Namami Tubhyam Namami. When you are supplicating somebody, you are surrendering yourself. I don't mind whomsoever you trust, you can supplicate. You can pray him. But I tell you, I always advise you, request you, and always appreciate your good work. That when you get up early in the morning, touch to the feet of your parents and put it on your parents. So your parents are your first God. So let inculcate this culture in total mankind so that Namrata, they are your first guru. I mean, your parents, your mother and I mean, mother is your first teacher, and your parents, father and mother are your first teachers. So touching their feet every morning, that bless you always in always. So you can extend this meditation session because of the time factor. I have to close over here. That's before closing, when you are doing it 10 minutes or 15 minutes, I mean, for your meditation, for your deep breathing, in your meditation, you can breathe into the navel, hold your air in the body, I mean, in your lungs for 30 seconds and slowly release it. Just let us practice for 5 times. Or you can take the air through your mouth and release it in the nose. Breathe in by nose, hold it, and breathe out by your mouth. See, breathing exercise is advisable to the people, those who are, having a hearty and a healthy heart, and those who are suffering from hypertension, those who are having some suffering from these heart elements. And hey, friends, today is International Hypertension Day. Yeah, friends, this is International Hypertension Day today. I wish, Suresh Mahapat wishes each one of you should possess a very good heart and let your heart be healthy and, so that you will be wealthy and wise. So to keep your, heart fit, so conduct some exercise, go for a walk for half an hour, get some sunlight, have some good friends to chit chat, meditate. More things are done by prayer than this world dreams of. I always say that pray to the Almighty, whomsoever you love, whomsoever you like, whomsoever you worship. There is no boundary set for that. And meditation program, you make it half an hour, have some good diet, fresh vegetables, and fresh fruits. So to when we are commemorating, when we are observing this, International Hypertension Day, let us be normotensive. Each one of us should be normotensive, and so that we can lead a longer life and better life. So let us chant, few hymns of ancient times. Om Mahakaleshwaram Rudram Tiyushwaram Namamaham Mrutyunjayam Mahadevam Sankaram Sukadayanam Om Mahakaleshwaram Rudram Jyotirlingam Namamaham Mrutyunjayam Mahadevam Sankaram Sukadayanam Om Sarva Mangalya Mangalye Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanam Trambike Gauri Narayani Namastuke Om Brahma Murari Tripurantakari Bhanu Sasi Bhumi Putra Udascha Guruscha Sukra Shani Rahu Ketava Purvantu Sarve Mama Shubhabhatam. I am repeating this one. Brahma Murari Tripurantakari Bhanu Sasi Bhumi Putra Budhascha Guruscha Sukra Shani Rahu Ketava Purvantu Sarve Mama Shubhabhatam. Again with lyrics. Brahma Murari Tripurantakari Bhanu Sasi Bhumi Putra Budhascha Gurushcha Shukra Shanirahu Ketava Purvantu Sarve Mama Suprabhatam. So namaskar to each one of you, those who have joined, people who have joined, you know, all across the globe. Thank you so much giving time, taking time, getting up early in the morning, 5 a.m. joining this 5 a.m. program. And you are chanting Om, that is good for your body, mind, and spirit. You are getting some these business lessons. Always you have to sharpen it. You know this, learn, relearn, and relearn. So this program you can learning it. Third one is meditation. It is very good for your healthy mind and to have a healthy heart. So on the occasion of this 17th May, that is World Hypertension Day, so I am Suresh Chandra Mahapatra, the founder of TTM Academy and World Cafe, wishes each one of you to be normotensive. So widely and popularly I am known as Dr. Mahapatra. So thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Bye bye.